Hello, welcome and welcome back, bruh. We got the immediate reaction, aka the Diorpium recap to UFC 328. Every fight on the card, I'm gonna tell you about, where I was when I watched it and like all this stuff and what I thought about the fight. Let's just get fucking into it. This card was so fucking, it was pretty fucking good, bro. Sub after sub after sub after sub. It was fucking insane. But at least in the beginning of the card, obviously the main card, Strickland Chimaev. Oh my fucking god, Sean Strickland by split, bruh. And before I get into the first one, bruh, the Jose Ochoa Clay Carpenter fight. I literally went to Hudson Grill to go watch this fight with my gym, bro, and everything was so nice, bro. I just want to, if you're watching this and we train, a lot of people came up to me like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" And people are coming to me like, "Well, you would know, you're right." You were like, not like saying like, you're really into this, but I just like that people are coming to me about what they think that I would care or like what I think or whatever, because they know I know what I'm talking about or whatever. So I fuck with that. I appreciate you if you came up to me. Um, you know, Shout out Tubbs for buying the plate of food. Not even a plate of food, but like a whole table full of just plates for everybody. That's some G ass shit. And shout out Rebecca as well for bringing me some buffalo fucking nachos because she's just fucking amazing like that. Let's fucking go. And everyone was fed. Everyone was taken care of. It was just such a good. The vibes were up. Everyone at the gym was chilling, and it ended off with a Strickland win, bro. After all this fucking fight week build up, bro. So obviously Hamzat's moving up to 205, and let's get into it. Jose Ochoa versus Clayton Carpenter. Yeah. Jose Ochoa won by decision, bro. But have you ever seen a striking masterclass like that? Like technique, everything. When I literally told Alex, bro, because I was doing the dishes as I was watching the first fight, because I told Ellie I would do the dishes before I left, and I did, 95% of them. The dishwasher got full, we got a little bit left over, whatever. Jose Ochoa's striking looks so fucking beautiful, and he is gonna be a problem in flyweight, bro. He just, I don't even know. I literally got no complaints from this fight. Let's look at the stats on this shit, bro. Um, 180 to 70 in the strikes, 153 significant to the 68, all in favor for Jose Ochoa. Clayton Carpenter got one takedown. Jose Ochoa. I think there might have been one part of one of the earlier rounds that he might have been like kind of held on bottom position or whatever for a little bit, but that was really it. They both have like a minute plus a little bit of control time. Like, if you did not watch that fight, go watch that fight. It was so entertaining. If you like striking and you're one of those fighter fans that are like, I hate when they grapple, boo, this is boring. Go watch that fight, bro. That shit will make you a Jose Ochoa fan. And I'm blessed I got to see him in real life and at the Atlanta card. Unfortunately, it was against Georgia's own Cody Durden, but it is what it is, bro. I'm a little fucking sweaty, bro. It was hot as fucking that fucking Hudson Grill. That's how you know this shit is an immediate recap. Next one, Banks of Gore, Sursakai versus DeJordan Santos. Listen, I thought Sursakai was gonna lose, bro. He was getting tagged up. He was looking bloody. He was getting out vetted, out experienced in the first two rounds, even a little bit in the third round. But the third round is really when he started kind of picking it back up and kind of got like a second wind or whatever, dude. He found the rear naked choke, and Jordan Santos didn't even tap. He just went to sleep, bro. It was brutal, bro. I don't even like just wow, bro. That fight was crazy. The craziest comeback ever. I remember I was watching home. This was before we went to Hudson Grill. Alex was here. I was getting ready or whatever. I was watching it. And I just remember having this moment to myself. Like, it was like one of those moments where I'm seeing how deep in the waters Banksagor is. And I'm literally telling myself, yeah, you're in every moment for a reason, bruh. And I thought he was about to lose his like, universe giving him a tough lesson, blah, blah, blah. More like a tough test, and he fucking came out on top. That's some crazy ass shit. Congratulations to Ben Segura. That was a fucking impressive performance, especially after looking like you were about to lose the fight and losing your O. You did not. Congrats. Let's move on to the next one. Pat Zabatini versus William Gomez. Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. I'm so glad Roman Kopylov won by decision. Let's go to the stats here. Um, he did get outstruck a little bit by Marco Tulio, but he got 3 knockdowns compared to the 0 of Marco Tulio. The kicks were fucking crazy. He got one takedown. He had 2 minutes and 34 seconds of control time. Marco Tulio had 0, so he was just kind of more busy all around or whatever. But, dude, Roman Kopylov, he was looking a little rough in the first round. Marco Tulio was looking pretty good or whatever, but Roman Kopylov really brought it back in the second and third round, I believe, or whatever. But yeah, the body kicks, the crosses down the middle, I believe, are what were dropping Marco Tulio. But it was just crazy, bro. I'm so glad Roman Kopylov won, but I also wanted Marco Tulio to win because I just know he's crafty. His toolbox is deep, and he just like can pull anything out of his, not like pull it out of his ass, like like he needs to, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like his toolbox or tool bag, whatever, is just deep. He's throwing anything. He's throwing his flying teeps to the fucking face, to the body. He's throwing fucking spinning kicks. He's throwing fucking crazy fucking like combos that like 3-4 piece combos. But that fight was pretty good though. That was like one of the fights I was looking forward to the most, considering just like the not the hardcoreness value. I don't feel like you really got to be a hardcore to know about these two people. Like you can be like a pretty like one step above a casual to kind of like know who Marco Tulio and Roman Kopylov are, especially if you watch UFC. Considering Roman Kopylov fought like Paulo Costa and a co-main in his last fight or some shit, but that fight was really good too. Insane striking. Let's go Roman Kopylov. Let's fucking go. Next one we got Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Jim Miller with the crafty what was it, guillotine? Guillotine in round one? I'm pretty sure it was. It doesn't say on here, but it was. No, under 10 strikes for Jared Gordon. There was 8 total strikes from him and 7 significant, and then 10 total for him and Jim Miller, sorry, and then 9 significant for him as well. But literally found the guillotine, wrapped that bitch up. It was bad. Money was made for Jim Miller that night. He's speed running 50 UFC fights, and not even that. I think he's one finish away from tying Charles Oliveira for the most finishes in UFC history. Crafty vet Jim Miller, bro. Let's fucking go. He better do that shit. This is fucking crazy, bro. He's like 40, like, what, 42 or 43 or 44 or some shit? Like, that's some crazy ass shit. 46 maybe? Like, I don't know. That's fucking insane. Let's see if I click on Jim Miller. It tells me here. No. No. Whatever. Rebecca versus Dawson, dude. Let's click on the stats here. I don't even fucking... I remember this fight. I'm trying to remember this fight, bro. Grant Dawson has 71 strikes, total strikes, and with 35 significant strikes. Rebecca had 49 strikes with the 33 significant strikes. Each had a takedown. Grant Dawson had 4 submission attempts, but he had the 7 minutes of control time to the 2 minutes and 22 seconds of Rebecca or whatever. He got the submission. He got the finish. Oh yeah. He had like a rear naked choke in, and then like it looked like it was loose, but then he was talking about in the post-fight speech that it was like a different variation of the rear naked choke where it looked like he was literally like hugging him like this or something. I don't know. But then that shit was still sinking in, and Rebecca taps, bro. He subs Rebecca. No one thought Grant Dawson was gonna sub Rebecca. Like, obviously that was the most likely way for him to win the fight in the his skill set and whatever. You fucking being the heavy grappler or whatever, but everyone was counting him out. Everyone was thinking that Rebecca's brings it like he bites down too hard. The power is there. And Grant Dawson got dropped in the first round by like, I think it was like a crazy like right like hook or overhook type shit, but that or maybe like a cross or maybe use southpaw or some shit. I don't fucking know, but that shit was crazy. Though everyone from the gym was like, oh, when Grant Dawson got dropped, obviously because that's like finally someone getting dropped, bro, not subbed or whatever, but. Yeah, anyway, Grant Dawson still found the sub in the third round in the crafty, gritty decision. What, in 18 seconds in the third round? Is that what it was? No, 18 seconds left in the third round, bro. That's crazy. Literally, that's insane. He found the finish. Let's fucking go. That fight was amazing. And, unfortunately, bro, I was gassing up Joel Alvarez going on to the next one the whole time at the gym, bro. I was like, he's going to beat Yaroslav. Like, name one guy from Bellator except MVP that's actually doing some shit. Ever since Patchy Mix came over from Bellator, man, I ain't trusting none of them scrubs, bro. Amaslav hit, like, he literally, like, obviously subbed him via arm triangle or whatever, but like the way the positioning was and how smooth the position he landed in was, I was just like, what can you do, bro? Like, and he was kind of, like, fucking up Joel, Loki. Like, we'll go to the stats here. I think he outstruck him a little bit, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, bro. 22 strikes and 9 for total strikes, and then 16 significant for Yaroslav to the 8 significant for Joel. And it was just kind of an insane performance, but this really, like, proves how good Yaroslav is in the welterweight division, considering Joel Alvarez did move up to welterweight, too. And I just thought Joel was gonna have Yaroslav like meet his match, you know what I'm saying, and like drag him into deep waters, but no, Yaroslav proved me wrong. He impressed me, and he did his fucking thing, bro. So that was a pretty impressive performance, and I will be tapping into the next fight. Um, 30-1 is a crazy record. Nothing but respect to Yaroslav, and nothing but respect, man. Like I said, so we're going to the next one: Teba Gutierrez versus Ozzy Diaz. Each second past 2 seconds, I was getting scared for a Teba. Ozzy Diaz was looking pretty clean right away. Obviously, he got TKO'd or whatever in round 2 or KO'd or whatever. But that was really it. Like, that's really what we thought was going to happen. It was kind of underwhelming. Yes, we're glad Teba won. We're glad he got the finish, the KO, TKO, or whatever. But we wanted to be in the first round. But, he's young. Obviously, we're still working on it. So I'm not going to sit here and try to cope with something that I wanted to happen and act like him not getting the TKO isn't insane. Because we expected to do it earlier or whatever. Who cares? He's like 24, bro. Like, he's going to do that shit. So, good shit for Teba. Let's go to the main card, bro. Let's go to the fucking main card, bro. King Green, a.k.a. Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Bobby Green gets a fucking sub. Bobby Green gets a fucking sub. What are we thinking about? That's fucking insane. Go to the stats here, which is fucking insane. Bobby Green had 67 total strikes, 57 significant strikes, 1 takedown, 1 submission attempt, got it, and had a minute and 34 seconds of control time. Jeremy Stephens, 0 knockdowns, 7 total strikes, 5 significant strikes, 0 takedowns, 1 sub attempt. They were moving good on the ground, bro. And what was funny about this fight is I was talking to Akeem, bro. He's like, I put money on Jeremy, man. It's just the odds, and it's the bite down. It's the power bout. Ain't Bobby Green got no chin. Ain't Bobby Green got no chin. Or whatever, bro. But obviously, you got to go with Bobby Green. And it worked, bro. Bobby Green's sub was crazy. I don't even remember what he subbed him with, bro. I think it was probably just like a rear naked or some bullshit. But Bobby Green did that. I was impressed. I was entertained. No complaints from my end. Round 1 submission in 4 minutes and 20. Yeah, at 4:20, bro. That's some Bobby Green ass timing, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? Not even really much to say about that fight besides, I was entertained. I'm glad Bobby Green won, and as an Iowa boy, it sucks to see Jeremy Stephens kind of not win or be win or whatever. But I'd rather have Bobby Green win. Let's fucking go, or King Green, sorry. Next fight, bro, and I think it's only right to unplug the fucking my Joaquin Buckley poster for this one. Let's be real here. Let's get fucking serious. Let's get fucking serious, dude. Let's look at the stats of this. No way. I don't even want to believe it, bro. I watched this shit with my own 2 eyes, and I still don't even want to believe it, bro. Someone asked me at the gym this morning. I just got done with jiu-jitsu. We're MMA. I go to MMA sparring. We're warming up. We're going in our circle. We're skipping. We're doing, whatever. We're fucking jogging, skipping, squat, turning, bear crawling, crab walking. We're warming up. We're doing 30, 30, 30, you know what I mean? And someone asked me, Dakota, who's your favorite UFC fighter? And I take a second to ask myself, who's my favorite UFC fighter? Knowing damn well I already know who it is. And I say Joaquin Buckley. With full confidence. And I still do. Don't get that messed up. I'm not about to switch up. I am not switching up on Buckley, man. He could be unranked and I'm still fucking with Buck, bro. So don't get it twisted, for real. But before that, he made a joke about unsubscribing from the channel. Because I had Strickland over Hamzat. Even though I had Hamzat subbing Strickland or whatever. And he made a joke about unsubscribing. I was like, chill, I need you. I need all 107 subscribers. And then I said Joaquin Buckley. He went. Then he reminded me. You remember what I said earlier about the unsubscribing? So, if I go to 106 subscribers, I'm going to know who it was. And I'm on your ass sparring, bro. I'm on your top. All right? But, bro, just being completely honest, like, this shit would made me so fucking mad. This shit ruined my fucking next 5 minutes. Let's just unfortunately read the stats here. Sean Brady, 0 knockdowns. Crazy, wow. 245 total strikes, man. And at least 200 of them were ground and pound. 77 significant strikes, 4 takedowns, 12 minutes of control time in a 15-minute fight. Okay. Next, we have 21 strikes for Joaquin Buckley, 0 knockdowns, 5 significant strikes, 0 takedowns, 0 sub attempts, 0 reversals, 0 minutes of control time. He actually got hydrogen bombed. And, we'll be back. We'll be better. We never even left, so now that we're coming back, I'm not back, I'm better. On some Dominic Reyes shit, Buckley. And there was a point, I think, towards the end of the first or early the second or something, where he was stuffing Sean Brady's takedowns. And I was like, let's fucking go. I was feeling that shit. I was so excited. And then he kept getting taken down. Controlled. There was one point in the second round where Brady had had his legs or whatever, some shit. I don't even know. Or Buckley, maybe it was like in butterfly guard or some shit. I don't even know. But he kind of shook him off. Stood up. I was like, dude, he's shaking off Sean Brady, standing up, let's go. And every time Buckley would throw, he'd either miss or he'd tag him up a little bit. And then he'd get taken right back down. And that's how it was for all 3 rounds, bro. It's pretty fucking gay. But seriously, what can we do? What can we do besides move on to the next fucking fight and, cry? And, I just need some reassurance. And regardless, I know the 8 ball is going to tell me what I need to hear. It could lie to me. It could tell me the truth. And, I'm scared to ask this, but I need closure. Will Joaquin Buckley ever fight for a title? Not win, but just fight for a title. Eight ball says cannot predict now, bro. I can't even, bro. See, I'm not even going to re-roll it, man. Not even going to re-roll it, bro. It doesn't even want me to know, bro. You can't tell me the 8 ball doesn't have a mind of its own, like it isn't a universe in its own form, bro. But let's plug back in the fucking line, going to the next fucking fight, man. Who is it? Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Alexander Volkov. That fucking tit for tat fat heavyweight battle. It's kind of boring. I had Volkov by sub. He won by decision. Thank God. People think Waldo got robbed. They're retarded. 88 total strikes, 88 significant strikes for Volkov. Everything was significant. Same thing for Waldo. 54 total, 54 significant. And that's really it. They literally just played tit for tat, fat heavyweight. And I think Waldo's face was a little bruised. Volkov was bleeding a little bit. That's really it. Nothing really crazy. But, man, like I said, that's really it. Nothing really crazy. Alexander Volkov won. Not regains, but kind of submits himself as the number 2 heavyweight. Waldo, we will be back. The Dominican Republic will get their champ. Literally nothing really much to say about that fight at all. Let's go to the co-main event. Whoa, Joshua Van TKO round 5. And let me be real before I get into this. I'm not going to break it down round for round either. We saw the fucking fight, all right? We saw the fucking fight. But you can't tell me that's not low-key and early stoppage. Like, on the lowest, like here's the highest of the keys on the piano. Here's the low, like the ooh, dee, ooh, dee, ooh type shit. Like on the lowest of keys, that was an early stoppage. Like, yes, Tyra's face was red. He looked like a creepy pasta. That's what I was telling Dorian when we were fucking looking at not even the damage, but just the blood coming out of his fucking face and how red how smeared the blood was or whatever. TKO'd him. A little bit of an early stoppage. Was getting his ass beat, though. Let me cope. And, as a fan of entertainment in UFC, I'm very entertained by this. I'm glad Joshua Van won. Obviously, I had Tatsudo Taira. I'm not a Joshua Van hater. Just because I didn't pick him does not make me a hater. Let's clarify that right now. I picked my side. I'm going to stay there. I'm not switching up. But just know I am a Joshua Van fan. And the only reason I bought UFC cards is to try to get the Champ by 2026 Joshua Van sign card. That's the only reason why I buy UFC cards, bro. So if you think I'm a hater, think again. Let's go to the stats on this shit, man. This shit was fucking crazy. Tatsudo, almost had him in a triangle at one point. What? They have 0 submission attempts for Tatsudo Taira on the stats? He had him in a triangle, bro. 8 takedowns, 55 significant, 100 total, 10 minutes of control time for Tatsudo, 2 knockdowns for Joshua Van, 190 total strikes, 131 significant, 1 takedown, 2 submission attempts, 1 minute, 20 seconds of control time. Yeah, obviously round 5 TKO, that's what it was. But like trying to think about in between the rounds or whatever, like they were both boxing immediately. Nothing but respect between the two as well. Tatsudo Taira kind of like looks up at the ref, like complains a little bit on the stoppage, and I'm with him on that. But I guess it is what it is. He did get dropped, and you know he was taking some fucking damage, some fucking clocks to the fucking head. And I was saying this for a Japanese man, his chin is pretty fucking solid. So I'm impressed with that. I feel like most time I see Japanese fighters, they're like their chin's a little sus at least. Not like they don't have a good chin, but it's a little sus. If you know what I mean. But that fight was fucking crazy. Joshua Van did that shit, solidified himself, got a first title defense over Tatsudo Taira. That's big. Joshua Van's built like that. It's obviously Pantoja versus Joshua Van next, the rematch. Or, you know, if they do Horiguchi versus Manel Kape and Pantoja's still out, and, you know, he's no way he's still out for that long, bro. It's been so long since his elbow fucking unraveled in front of us and or whatever, bro. But, yeah, let's go into the fucking main event, man. Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev. The universe is slowly healing. We're healing. Everyone's healing. Obviously, you know, I don't know who told us. I think the source, I don't even remember the source off the top of my head, but they said that they got it from Khalil, that Khalil had reported it. That fucking, let me just say it right here real quick. That Khalil said that Khamzat was bulking up to 205 or whatever. And in the midst of him in the bulk, the fight of Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez was going on. And so Khamzat was planning to move up to 205 to fight Yuri or whatever. And then Sean Strickland won. And the UFC was like, hey, Khamzat, we actually do need this fight. You know, come back down to 185 one last time. And I was telling people at the Hudson Grill or whatever as well, my gym mates or whatever you want to call them, my brethren, sharpening iron with them or whatever, that what the fuck was I saying? What was I saying to them? Oh no, yeah, sorry, my bad. That was some brain fog. It's late, bro. That Hamzat's gonna go up to 205 regardless of win or loss before Strickland obviously won by split or whatever. But so be on the lookout for that. Hamzat's obviously moving up, and that's why the scale issue was the way it was too. You know, obviously weighing corruption going on. That's pretty fucking brutal. Obviously the scale never settled. Khamzat looked brutal. Was weighed in at the last 20 seconds or whatever. But talking about the fight, Khamzat looked gassed at the end of the first or like the end of the second or something when he like pulled guard twice on Strickland or whatever because he didn't want to get up. That was fucking crazy. Sean obviously won rounds 2, 3, and 5 or some shit along the lines of that. I'm not gonna go back and look right now, but I'm trying to get this video up, be one of the first two or whatever. But man, let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. Sean Strickland did that shit, bro. Started stuffing Khamzat shit. Khamzat would obviously still take him down, but Khamzat obviously was told in the back that he had to fucking stand and bang with Strickland, otherwise he was not getting the title shot at 205, bro. Immediately moving up. And I bet he doesn't. I think he gets a test. So if Khamzat does move up to 205, I think him versus Ankalaev's pretty good. That makes the most sense to me. Get Ankalaev out of there, as the UFC wants to do. Or who else is kind of in that top like 3? I guess Yuri versus Khamzat still would be pretty cool too. That's Yuri versus Khamzat is the fight to make for like I guess like February, not February. At the end of the year, maybe like January, maybe like right before Ramadan type shit. But what else do I gotta say about this fight, bro? Sean Strickland did his fucking thing, started stuffing Khamzat shit. Khamzat's face was bruised as fuck, swollen. Not too much blood off of him or whatever, but Sean's face was a little bloody. His nose was leaking. not really landing crazy shots, but you landed a little bit, enough for like the jabs and a little, maybe a couple overhands, maybe a couple crosses landed, but that shit obviously accumulated. Shit was fucking crazy. I'm so glad the world is healing, like I said, and just seeing everyone at the gym hype that Sean Strickland won, especially Ron, Twan. Who else was I excited to see? Excited. Not. I was excited to see him cheesing. Some Sam made me laugh, so the fight was boring. And they dipped out before the decision, which is crazy. But, bruh, I don't even know what else to say about the main event, bruh. I'm just so glad we're in the position we are now, because now we got. I think you make DDP and Mavov fight still, let Sean breathe for a second, and then whoever wins that fight, you either get DDP versus Sean 3, or you get Mavov versus Sean 2, which Mavov already lost to Sean, so it's an easy title defense for Sean. And then maybe Sean does pull through a DDP on the third fight, but I don't think it's likely considering how dominant DDP was in the second fight or whatever. But this shit's fucking crazy. I don't know what else to say much, but I'm glad this shit went the way it fucking did. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. My predictions were kind of shit. Everyone that said to me, my gym mates or whatever, that you like watching my YouTube videos and you care or whatever, I appreciate you. That means a lot to me. It's not really, we don't really got much going on right here, but it is what it is. And like I said, thank you. And now that Sean Strickland is the 185 middleweight champion, and we have a USA champ, everything's back in order, bro. And just saying this too, because I'm sorry, I know I was about to say the outro or whatever. I don't even have to say outro, but I was saying my condolences. Not my condolences, but like my exit script, but. Sean Strickland is so good at MMA and like well-roundedness of what being good at MMA brings, that anyone that excels in one particular like thing, like if you excel in the striking, like you're a really good kickboxer like Adesanya, or you're a really good grappler like Hamza, Strickland is that kryptonite for that person, bro. And Hamza obviously could have shot on him and smudged him the whole time, but he didn't. And this is the reality we live in. So, thank you. You guys have a good night. Appreciate it. Subscribe.